Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halloim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Salutations to you true and sincere Akim that's out here preaching and teaching this truth and truth and sincerity. This is the brother Tazayar, and coming with a sit-down lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I was just meditating, thinking about faith and, what it means to be a believer. And as I was thinking about what that means, I thought about our forefather Noah. And, how he put in that work and that effort to build that ark, and how people looked at him crazy because he was doing what he was doing. And, that was 100 years, man, And I thought about it like, you don't think our father Noah, had his days, when building that ark. It was hard for him, because when we dealing with people in this world, man, they don't see our vision. They don't take what we're doing, seriously, really. They don't understand that at the end of the day, we see the destruction of Babylon the Great. We see the destruction, and we believe in the salvation that's going to be given unto those who truly believe, just like in the time of Noah, man. They didn't believe in what Noah was doing, and then this thing, that first drop came from down, and all of Noah's hard work was shown to be fruitful. Him and his family, they made it while the rest of the population at that time was destroyed, due to the judgment of Yahweh upon the earth at that time, man. So this is Hebrews 11, chapter 6, and it reads, "But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." So, in this work, you think about Noah, man, there was diligence that he put in, prophesying, building the ark, being ridiculed and scoffed at, scorned, that went on for 100 years, man. And he showed his diligence by finishing the work. And at the end, man, he was shown to be proven right, by the fruits of his labor, man. So the Lord is not one to forget your labor of love, man. So he's going to reward you. You got to believe that the Lord is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And if you believe and you have faith, then what do? You do, man. You do. Not as a hearer only, but also as a doer. Verse 7, "By faith Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear." And that's something we have to always do in this truth, man. Don't get too laxed, in your day-to-day life, man, but always move with fear. Because with fear, you have what? Purpose. All right? When you're in fear of something, you're moving with a purpose, okay? That's what it is, man. When you're afraid of drowning and you in some water, you going to kick and move with vigor, with purpose. When you getting chased, by a dog or something. You're going to run with fear, with purpose to get away from what it is you're trying to escape from. Hey, we are in fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh in the sense of not wanting to partake in the judgment of the wicked. So what are you gonna do, man? You're gonna seek him diligently. You're gonna seek him 10 times. All right. So that you may not get caught up in a destruction with the rest of the world. You're gonna move with purpose. All right. It says, prepared an ark to the saving of his house. And that's what we're doing. We're building up our spiritual ark. All right. So every lesson that you do, everything that you learn, every charity that you give to the ministry, every time you go out there and teach is you building. All right. You're building everything that you sacrifice. Every time you sacrifice something, every time you try to strive for righteousness' sake, man, you are building upon, your reward, man. So always know, man, that the Lord see your works. And if you constantly building in righteousness, guess what? The Lord is gonna bless you and save you with that day. And you gotta believe that. By the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. And became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. And, that's what's coming to the elect, man. The elect is going to inherit everything. All right. Why? Because the fear that they had drove them to go hard for the Lord, man. All right. That's what you want to do. You want to go hard for the Lord, man. This is Sirach 11. I'm going to start at 21. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. So when we doing this work, man, understand that we are rich. We are rich, man, because the Lord has given us something that the rest of the world don't have. And that's this truth. He's given us faith. All right. And you can't buy faith. You can't either. If the Lord gave it to you, you don't have it, man. It is a gift. So in having this gift, what are you gonna do with it, man? You gotta treat it with respect. You gotta honor this gift, man. And you fall in this thing, man. You gotta get up. You can't allow yourself to continually fall. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, "What a just man falleth 7 times." A just man falleth, but getteth up. A just man falleth 7 times, but getteth up. But the wicked falleth into mischief. Roughly paraphrasing. So you can't be falling into this mischief, man. You got to get up. So that the Lord could increase you. And you can only do that if you believe. It says 22, the blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly. And suddenly he maketh his blessing flourish. Say not, what profit is there of my service, and what good things shall I have hereafter? Again, say not, I have enough and possess many things, and what evil shall I have hereafter? In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. In the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity. So the Lord is speaking on both sides of things, man. Don't get too lack in this place, getting all into yourself in this place, and don't allow, um this place to vex you because you don't have much. Because the Lord, he's going to reward you, man. He's going to give you that recompense. He's going to give you that peace. He's going to give you the glory of salvation. While the rest of the world is being judged, man, the men that get on them chariots is going to be, man, it's going to be so blessed. Because Jacob's trouble is going to be a day like no other, man. And the world not ready for that, man. No one is ready for that. We're going to be kissing the feet of the Son of Yahweh Shai, man. Choose you to be on the chariot. Man, it's we fighting for a prize that will be eternal. There's no end to it, man. There's no end to the prize that the Lord has for us, man. And I was reading Wisdom of Solomon. What is it? Yep. I was reading the 3rd chapter the other day. And the rest of the world, once again, they don't see the payout in what we're doing, but we see it, man. And we have to always be steadfast and content in whatever situation we're in, man, taking all things cheerfully, because this is only for a short amount of time, but for a moment, man. But the kingdom of heaven, but the kingdom of heaven is going to be forever. And I'm excited as I say these things, man. I'm excited because, we have the opportunity to partake in this, man. And we just gotta keep moving forward, man. No matter what is thrown in your direction, man, you just gotta keep moving forward, keep pressing towards the mark. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. I'm gonna start at the top. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery. And there's many, prophets, man, that went, that got, like, Stephen, he got stoned, all right? But as he was getting stoned, he looked up and the clouds parted. And who did he see, man? He saw Yahweh Shai. He saw Yahweh Shai in the heavens, man. And, me, myself, I personally believe, man, that as he was looking at Yahweh Shai, that Yahweh Shai removed that suffering and that pain from him. As them people put Stephen to death. He wasn't, he didn't feel it anymore, man. He was beholding Yahweh Shai sitting on the right hand side of Yahweh. And in that moment, man, his spirit was heading towards them. His flesh was dying, but his spirit was alive. Just like the Maccabean brothers, man, they all died deaths that would have made everyone look at them and say, man, that's such a horrible thing, the way that they died. But yet, they knew that was just for a moment, that the kingdom of heaven was going to be eternal. And we got to have that same spirit, man. That's what faith is, man. Faith is enduring in extreme situations. When we think about Daniel, in the lion's den, we think about, the 3 holy children in the fire, man. When we think about, men that stood for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in extreme conditions, that's what faith is. And right now we're being trained up, man. The tree is still green, So yeah, you gonna go through things, but it isn't as extreme as our forefathers had went through it. And the Lord is only doing this now to prepare you for the time of Jacob's trouble, man. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna read 3. It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. See? And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For God proved them and found them worthy for himself. See, all us is going to have to be proved. All right. And, right now is the time to be, disciplining yourself and getting yourself prepared, man. Shaking off the cares of this world and walking towards Yahweh Hashem Yahushua with a heart willing to serve and obey. Don't let this world take away your crown, man. Don't let yourself take away your crown, man, because you having this truth, man. Hey, this truth is the crown. It literally is the crown. But you're working towards the crown at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You're working towards enduring in this thing, to receive the final judgment, man, which is, rather you be destroyed or rather Yahweh Shai lay a crown upon thine head because you labored in this thing, in truth and sincerity. Man, bro, this is a beautiful thing, man. Verse 6, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. And this is what we believe, man. This is what we believe in, man. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. Saying, hey, the men of the Lord, they're going to have powers, running through like sparks amongst the stubble, judging the nations, having dominion over the people, serving under Yahweh Shai, under Yahweh Shai, man, for forever, man, ruling, all right? Having trust and faith in the Lord is the Lord giving you grace and mercy, and you becoming of the elect, but it also means we have to have the correct doctrine too. And the Lord don't just reveal his secrets unto everyone, man. So understand the gifts that the Lord has given you to build thereupon this ministry, man, and use it to the best of your ability, man, to whatever it is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has given unto you. This is the last verse, and I'm gonna start from the first we read down verse 1. Hebrews 4:1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest. So you don't want that promise to leave you. Any of you should seem to come short of it. You don't want to come short of it, man. All right, because this thing is about what? Enduring it to the end. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. See? So, the Lord has allowed, the two-thirds of Israel to hear this message as well, but they didn't have any faith. So it didn't profit them. But for us that's doing this work, man, this is a profit unto you, right? This is a profit unto you, doing his will, man, doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. For we, which have believed, do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath. See, and it's the Lord, he's swearing in his wrath, which even more so shows how much he loves us, right? Because even in his wrath, he still thought about us. He says, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise, and God did rest the seventh day from all his works. And you keep on working for the Lord, man, and you're going to have your rest, man. As the scripture says, man, this is not our rest. You know, this world, man, it's not our rest. You know, so we got to keep pushing, man. You know, let no man take that crown, even yourself. You know, believe and keep doing the work. You know, pray, fast. You know, and let Yahweh Bashem Yahushua use you as an instrument of righteousness, and don't become a vessel of destruction, man. You know. So with that, man, I want to give all praises, glory, worship, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwarash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do real well, and salutations to the true and sincere Akim out there preaching and teaching this truth and truth sincerity, man. The water to the Holy Spirit for allowing me to do this lesson, and I pray that this lesson is edifying to the elect that's out there. With that, I want to say shalom.